They tried to burn her. They tried to break her. They even set off 2 atomic bombs, and still, she would not die. This is the story of USS Nevada, a battleship that refused to go quietly. On the morning of December 7th, 1941, Nevada lay at Battleship Row while the first wave of Japanese aircraft tore Pearl Harbor open. When the sky filled with smoke and flame, her boilers were already lit. Nevada moved, the only battleship to get underway that morning. She clawed forward past shattered hulls and burning oil. Bombs found her deck. A torpedo slammed into her side. Still, she pushed for the channel, because an outbound battleship silhouetted in the harbor mouth would become a perfect target, and a sinking hulk would block rescue ships for days. So the order was given: beach her at Hospital Point. Nevada's bow grated into the shallows, smoke boiling from her superstructure. She bled, burned, and yet she survived. Men fought fires with their bare hands. Water poured through torn seams, but the ship held. And a legend began. In the months that followed, the Navy refused to write Nevada off. Tugs hauled her free, crews patched the wounds. Plates were replaced, guns modernized, radar fitted. She emerged from the yard not as a museum piece, but as a fighter. Older, yes, but meaner and ready. Her first proving ground came off North Africa in 1942. During Operation Torch, Nevada's guns hammered Vichy French positions near Fadala. She learned a new rhythm, not dueling battleships at 20,000 yards, but breaking shore defenses so soldiers could land alive. That rhythm would define her finest hour. June 6, 1944, D-Day. Off Utah Beach, Nevada slipped into position under a cold slate sky. Shore batteries hid behind dunes and concrete. The tide ran gray and fast. American tanks and troops were coming in, and they needed the German guns silenced. Forward observers called corrections from the sand. Nevada answered with thunder. Her 14-inch rifles reached inland to smash strongpoints that small craft could not touch. When a battery near Sainte-Mère-Église dared to fire, Nevada walked shells across the map, one salvo, then another, until the position went silent. Out on the water, sailors said you could feel the ship breathe when those main batteries spoke. The deck shuddered, the air changed, and on the beach, men glanced up between bursts and whispered, "Give 'em another, Nevada." By nightfall, Utah was secure. The old battleship had done what was asked. She kept going. Cherbourg's coastal guns, Nevada shelled them, standing in among smoke and ricochet. Then the Pacific called. She crossed half the world for Iwo Jima, where her salvos carved cliffs and caves that men could not reach, where black sand turned to ash under the rain of steel. At Okinawa, the air itself hunted ships. Kamikazes came low and fast, single engines screaming like knives. On March 27th, one broke through. The impact tore men from their stations, threw steel like confetti, set fires that clawed along paint and cordage. 60 sailors did not rise again. But the Nevada would not be carried under. Damage crews sealed and fought and welded in the smoke. By dawn, she was back in the line, scarred, slower, and still dangerous. The ship's log did not boast. It simply recorded the work. When the war ended, Nevada was too old for the new Navy and too stubborn to be sunk as a target by ordinary means. So the United States chose the most extraordinary: atomic tests at Bikini Atoll. Able. A blinding flash tore the sky. Shock waves raced across the lagoon. Spray towers collapsed like cathedrals of glass. And afterward, when the water settled, spotters reported an outline still there: Nevada, black and battered, but afloat. Baker. An underwater detonation heaved the lagoon itself into the air. Ships were lifted and thrown. Radioactive mist rolled over twisted masts. When it cleared, Nevada listed, soaked in fallout, seams sprung, but still, her hull did not surrender. She had done everything that could be asked of a ship, taken the first blows of a war, guarded landings that turned its tide, endured the last, desperate strikes from the sky, and then faced the dawn of a new and terrible age. In 1948 at last, the Navy scuttled USS Nevada in deep water, sending her to a quiet the enemy could never give. A handful of men on deck watched the sea take her and wondered if they were truly seeing the end. Maybe a warship is just steel and rivets, but some ships carry something else, the weight of moments when everything could have gone the other way. Nevada carried those moments longer than anyone expected. If this story hit you, there are more at the waterline. Tap subscribe and the bell. Real World War II stories every day. Cold Front.